If you love the delicious combination of gin and vermouth, then look no further, because today we're going to be making a gin martini along with a couple of variations that you're certain to love. Welcome to Cocktail Limelight. I'm your host, Erick Castro, and today we're going to be tackling one of the most iconic cocktails of all, the gin martini. Now, if they ever decided to build a Mount Rushmore dedicated to cocktails, then I guarantee you that the martini would be one of the very first cocktails to be chiseled in the rock. And whether you take it with olives or a twist, the drink always manages to quench a thirst after a long day. While some discerning drinkers out there like them stirred with gin and vermouth, others like them shaken with only vodka. Which, if you really think about it, just makes it chilled vodka and nothing at all resembling a martini. But at the end of the day, you're the one drinking it, so take it however you like. But with that in mind, today we're gonna be making a classic dry martini with gin, vermouth, and orange bitters. We'll also be making a couple variations on that formula, which I guarantee you're going to love. Now, to kick things off, we're gonna be making a classic dry martini. And although the original formula remains shrouded in mystery, this is the basic template that took the cocktail around the world and spawned the legacy that the drink enjoys today. To do that, first we're gonna start out with 2 dashes of orange bitters, followed up with an ounce of dry vermouth, along with 2 ounces of London dry gin. Now that we have those 3 ingredients in the glass, let's go ahead and add some ice and give it a stir. Now that we're done stirring it, we're gonna pour this into a chilled Nora. Now to finish this mixture off, we're gonna garnish it with the fresh peeled lemon twist and expressed over the surface of the drink. There you have it, folks, the classic dry martini. And damn, it's a classic for a reason. Complexity through the most simple of ingredients. Just because something is simply made doesn't mean that it's simplistic in result. One thing to note, however, on this cocktail, if you prefer your cocktail with an olive as opposed to a twist, I would leave out the orange bitters, as I feel the orange bitters complements the drink much more if there's a twist involved. But again, your mileage may vary, so it's totally up to you. There's nothing more personal in the world of cocktails in how you take your martini. Now, the next cocktail that we're gonna make, I first encountered in a book called The Pioneers of Mixing in Elite Bars, which was published in 1934. I adore this book, and it's packed with hidden gems, one of which we're about to make today. That drink is called the Opal, and it's essentially a dry martini that's been fortified with orange liqueur. Because of this, the drink is rich with notes of citrus and intensely refreshing. Now, let's go ahead and make one now. To start out, we're gonna add 1 dash of orange bitters, a 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur, along with a 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. Lastly, followed by 2 ounces of London dry gin. Now, just as before, we're gonna add some ice and stir. Now that we're done stirring, it's time to strain this into a chilled Nora. Now, to really bring out the citrus notes of the orange liqueur, let's add a fresh lemon twist. There you have it, folks, the Opal. Oh my God, this is incredible. Now, to be honest, I might actually even prefer this over the classic dry martini. Now, I know that might sound blasphemous, but I absolutely adore the way that the botanicals and the herbs and the vermouth and the gin play so well with the citrus notes that you get from the orange liqueur. Cheers. Now, this next drink is one of my all-time favorites. I first encountered this one in the Cafe Royale cocktail book, which was written by William J. Tarling and published in 1937. I've seen original copies of that book going for thousands of dollars on eBay, but luckily for us, you could pick up a reprint online used for maybe $9 or $10. And I highly recommend that you do so because that book is packed with gems. I first got my hands on a reprint back in 2009 when I was working on the opening menu for Rick House. And let me tell you, that book was a massive influence on me. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and make one now. First, we're gonna start out with 2 dashes of orange bitters. Next, we're gonna add a 1/4 ounce of Benedictine, followed up with 3/4 ounce Dry Vermouth. Now for the gin, I'm gonna be doing 2 ounces of Plymouth. Now let's go ahead and add some ice and stir this baby up. Now that I'm done stirring, it's time to strain this into a chilled Nick and Nora. Now it's time for the garnish, just as before, a lemon twist. And there you have it, folks, the poet's dream. And not only is it a poet's dream, but it's also a bartender's dream because damn, this drink is delicious. Now there you have it, folks, a classic dry martini along with 2 martini variations. So for all of you out there that are lovers of gin and vermouth, I hope that all 3 of these drinks tickled your fancy. You all know that I love to jump at the opportunity to stir up some gin cocktails, but what are some of your favorite gin cocktails? Leave in the comments below and maybe that drink will be featured in a future episode of Cocktail Limelight. But in the meantime, don't forget to muddle that like and subscribe button so you can stay tuned to all of our new episodes. And also, if you want to dive deeper into the world of craft cocktails with me, be sure to check out the Bartender at Large podcast, which I host on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere else where quality podcasts are found. And with that said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week.